guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're finally going to be trying that insanely viral new MAC foundation. Now this is, I've just been reading on the MAC website, this is actually MAC's first new foundation formula in 10 years. So that in itself feels kind of groundbreaking. This is also Nikkia. Honestly, having an Australian accent sometimes makes things hard. Nikkia from TikTok. It is her favorite foundation. She's been raving on about this formula. So as soon as I saw all of those videos, saw all of the viral stuff online, I was like, I need to try this. Now, formula-wise, and I'm just reading straight off the website, medium buildable coverage. It's meant to even out complexion whilst blurring pores, redness, dark spots, and fine lines. It's got pearlescent silver and gold particles in it that's meant to give the skin like this amazing, radiant, glowy sort of a look, but then also at the same time without feeling sticky or heavy. Like I said, it's MAC's first new foundation in 10 years, and 80% of this foundation is a skincare serum, which is really cool. It's got hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, natural oils. It comes in 56 shades. It sounds like heaven. It absolutely sounds like heaven. So I'm really excited to actually test this on my skin, and like, trust me when I say the videos of Nikkia's skin when she uses this, I die a little and go to heaven. Like, it just looks so plumping, so glowy, so perfected. Like, everything is smoothed out. It just looks seriously amazing. So yeah, we're going to be testing it. We're going to be testing it on my oily textured skin today. And then I'm going to do check-ins at a wear test and let you know whether or not I actually think it is worth all of the hype. Now, I've already prepped my skin, so I'm ready to go straight in with the product. It says it can be applied with a brush, sponge, or fingertips. So I'm going to try it with a sponge today. I might give it a little shake. The packaging is really pretty as well. I'll show you. Here is what the box looks like, and then that is what the actual foundation looks like. It comes in like a glass frosted bottle. You got gold text and then like a silver twist cap on top with like a little pump. And I'm an NC30 in pretty much all MAC foundations, so I did buy this one in NC30, but I ordered it online. I've got no idea if it's going to match. Okay, so it is actually quite a runny formula. But then at the same time, for something that is 80% skincare, it's not as runny as I guess I expected. I also cannot see any sort of shimmeriness, because you will remember I said it's got gold and silver particles in it. Picking it up on a sponge, I'm going to start applying this to my face. It feels really lightweight. It definitely does kind of feel like a serum foundation. And I will say probably NC30 in this one is a little deeper than NC30 in like MAC Studio Fix Fluid or Pro Longwear or a couple of the other foundations that I've loved over the years. All good though, we'll do a little blend down the neck and we'll be fine. And I will say already, and I've only got, this sort of area done, it does give the skin a really pretty radiant effect. Like, you can sort of see the light hitting my cheek here as I move. That's pretty, but it doesn't feel like sticky or heavy. Like, normally to be able to achieve that, you have to have a formula that's like very, sticky. Okay, so we've got it blended on that entire side of the face now. Definitely very natural looking on the skin. Definitely a medium coverage. I don't personally feel like I actually need to build up the coverage anymore. But very glowy whilst at the same time being really lightweight. Like, that's sort of like the takeaways that I've got at the minute. I'm not necessarily looking at my skin and, being completely blown away necessarily. But I mean, I've only just first applied it. It's definitely not emphasizing any pores or texture. And it does look really pretty and glowy. Like, it's definitely a pretty formula. I can definitely say straight up, this formula is really glowy on the skin, but without being sticky or heavy. It feels really lightweight like a serum, but it's also giving medium coverage. Here is my skin before the foundation, and here is my skin after. All right, let's start blending it out on this side. So pretty much this whole side I did with just one pump of the formula. Probably, I dare say, we'll get the same result on this side as well. And I feel like it's, it's applying really nicely with the sponge. It's not tricky to blend out. It's not patchy when you blend it out. Like, it does look, it's easy to apply, basically. It's what I'm trying to say. Definitely overall a very pretty and natural glowy formula. But what's most surprising me is that it's like drying down like a longwear formula would, but it actually looks glowy on the skin, which is a really nice change. Like, obviously being an oily skin type, typically really oily foundations, like, I just cannot do them. Like, I'm oily enough to fry a chicken within like an hour with most glowy formulas. This one feels like maybe I'm going to be able to get like a longer wear time out of it because it's not sticky or heavy. And here is my skin up close. I feel like it's done a pretty good job of, you know, blurring pores and texture. It's certainly not settling anywhere, which is quite nice. It's a very natural formula, so bear in mind this is not going to be like your full coverage glam kind of a formula. It's more of like a natural day-to-day formula, but it's pretty. It's not settling into fine lines anywhere. And you can, like, just here, see this sort of section of my cheek here. You can see that radiant glow, but then when you touch your skin, it's not like overly sticky. So yeah, I'm pretty impressed so far. Quite enjoy it. It hasn't entirely covered like the redness. I've got a few breakouts happening at the minute. Hasn't entirely covered the redness of those, but you know, a medium coverage foundation, I really wouldn't expect it to anyway. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and apply the rest of my makeup. I'm going to do concealer under the eyes because I do have dark circles. Concealer on my breakouts, and then I'll finish everything else up and we'll come back and see what my skin's looking like then. All right, guys, so here is my skin with the rest of my makeup on. I honestly am so happy with how this is looking. Like, it's very smooth. It still looks really natural, but the coverage is great. You can see my skin through it, but at the same time, like, my skin is like really perfected. The color's evened out. So I put a little concealer under my eyes, like I said, and just like a little through the T-zone. It still feels really, really lightweight. It's not sticky at all. Overall, I'm really happy. It's just overall a very, very flattering formula. I did obviously have to powder it down because I'm an oily girl. I can't not, but even though I have powdered it down, it still looks radiant. Like, it's not looking like flash or super matte or anything. I'll zoom you in. It's just very pretty, very natural, feels very lightweight. Like, yeah, I don't really have anything bad to say about it, honestly. I didn't find it, like, it's not like it transferred off when I was applying products on top or anything. It's very, very smooth across my forehead here. It's still looking really nice and smooth on my chin. Overall, I am enjoying this so far. So, yeah, we'll start our wear test. I'll come back in about 6 hours, and then I'll see you again later on tonight. It's the same as all of my wear tests that I do, but yeah, we'll see how the formula holds up with my oils. All right, guys, so we are back with our 6-hour check-in. And honestly, I'm looking at my face in the mirror and I'm just like, who is that? How does my skin look that good? Like, you guys know how oily I am. Where's the shine? I honestly find with a lot of these serum foundations, because they are packed with hydration, my skin goes, like, when I apply them, my skin goes, oh, I'm hydrated. I don't need to overproduce oil. I'm good to go. Honestly, it looks beautiful. It still looks glowy. It still looks really, really natural. I feel like my pores are still really nice and minimized. We're not settling anywhere. We're not creasing. We're not caking. We're not splitting. Hasn't oxidized. Like, the color still looks beautiful. The finish looks beautiful. Overall, I'm just like, wow. I didn't expect it to look this good at 6 hours. Like, I kind of expected to come up here and, you know, it's hard to tell, like, downstairs, and it's like a really dark, rainy day. So even when I'm looking in the mirrors downstairs, I'm like, oh, it kind of looks okay. Looking at it underneath these studio lights, it looks really, really good. Like, truly, it looks really, really good. So yeah, that's our 6-hour check-in. I will see you guys again later on tonight. Fingers crossed. I mean, honestly, if it looks somewhat close to this good, I may cry on camera, honestly. All right, guys, so we are back with our final check-in. I've officially been wearing this foundation for 12 hours. And can I just say, and obviously you can tell, the hair's looking a little different because I have been underneath the Dyson Airwrap doing hair tutorials, and my face hasn't melted off. And that is a huge, huge, huge testimony, because honestly, every time I'm under like a hair tool, a heat tool, a hair dryer, I just feel like my makeup melts. That's why I would always normally do my hair first, but I had to film some hair tutorials because I'm trying to do some like more hair content on my channel. Surprisingly, it still looks incredible. It's definitely, there's like a little bit of shine that's come through, but it's not too much. You can sort of see like a little shine on the sides of my nose here, a little bit through the T-zone and sort of on my cheeks, but I still feel like overall it looks really nice. I've not touched this up at all, so I've not touched up with a powder during the day. I did not use a setting spray. This is just like straight up the formula, how it wears on oily skin after 12 hours, and honestly, it's quite impressive. I would have expected this to be way more shiny, way more oily, than it is. So it's good to see that even though it's a radiant formula and it's an 80% serum-based formula, it still holds up really well when the oils come through. I can't tell if it's just my brain or if I'm making things up, but does it look, let me know in the comments if it looks like a little tiny bit patchy here. I have been like leaning on my hand, so maybe, I don't know if maybe it's transferred off a little bit. Overall, it's a really, really pretty formula. Like, if you're after something that's natural and glowy and healthy looking on the skin, but that's also a reasonably long lasting formula, I think that you're really, really going to enjoy this one. I've always loved MAC foundation formulas. I just think that they always do a really, really good job. Obviously, it's a makeup brand essentially for makeup artists and makeup professionals. Like, they know what they're doing. And truly, I just think that my skin looks really pretty. I'm going to zoom you in. So here it is up close. Like, obviously, I've got a bit of shine happening, but for 12 hours, truly, this is not that bad. Like, I would have expected a lot more for a radiant formula. It still feels really lightweight on the skin as well. Like, it's not, like, even though I'm looking like glowy, like quite glowy, I don't feel like my face feels like sticky or heavy or like I want to take my makeup off. Like, it still feels really, really nice. I just think MAC has done a really good job with this formula, honestly. For interest's sakes, let's touch it up. So I'm going to take our Nikkia Joy Cosmetics pressed powder. Oh, just smells like cupcake. I never get over how good it smells, honestly. I'm going to pick it up on one of our powder puffs. Also filthy. And I'm going to touch up just half of my face so that you can see the difference between the two. Ooh, that touches up really yeah, really, really nice. I know you guys always say, Nikkia, it's just your powder that makes the touch-ups look good, but I swear. So here's my skin before touching it up. That's what the foundation looks like. All my pores, all my texture. Make sure you are watching this video in 4K. I know a lot of people